Hello, good evening, and welcome to BSCDA TV. Tonight we have a fantastic announcement to make, and to do that, superstar driver Paul Hines has joined me. Good evening, Paul.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're well.
It feels like it was only 6 days ago that we saw each other in person, and a few days ago since we did a video call. I've seen a lot of you this week.
Is that a bad thing?
Always a good thing. Always a good thing.
That's all right then. No, I've enjoyed it this week. It's been good.
Good. So I guess people may have seen over the last few weeks that on social media, quite a lot of chat around the upcoming gala meeting at Skegness on Saturday. For those who kind of don't know or aren't really sure, do you want to put a bit of background to what we're referring to?
Yeah, so a chap called Paul O'Neill, who's an ex-touring car racer, currently the voice of touring car on ITV4, he went to Kings Lynn. Went with his mate Ryan and loved it, thought it was excellent, and tweeted such a thing that he thought what we did was pretty crazy, and how much he enjoyed it. So me being me, there's a car available for you if you want it. That sounds good, and it just sort of snowballed from there, really. And next minute, we've got a British touring car invitational trophy, which is going to take place at Skegness Gala meeting this Saturday. So it's going to be really good. It's really got legs, and it's going to get a bit of publicity for everybody, and the drivers are well up for it. So we've managed to sort out, I think, about 11 drivers. We'll go through them in a minute, and thank you to the drivers that are lending them cars, and it should make a good race, I'm sure of it.
So just from one tweet from Paul, it's become this
Yeah, that's basically it. So Paul's a sound lad, get on him really, really well, and he's up for it. So that's half the battle. If you've got the stones to have a go in a stock car, then we can always find a stock car to have a go in. So yeah, and he's got a good group of drivers from the touring car world, and it'd be interesting to see how it all goes. I'm looking forward to the return leg when me and Jeff Nichols rock up in the touring car and see how we get on. No, it's great. They'll enjoy it. I know they will. They're all a little bit, I'd say nervous, but a little bit unsure of the contact side of things.
Yeah.
We're going to put them all out together and see what happens.
Yeah. So how's it going to work then? So you're going to have how many touring car drivers are going to be at Skegness on Saturday? How many have we got?
So we've got 11. We've got 11 in the race. Good mix of drivers, all quality drivers, can all pedal clearly. So getting used to the cars won't be too much trouble. But yeah, we're going to put them all out together in one race, which I think is going to start about 4:30. And just see how they get on. It'd be interesting to see, because clearly they're very good drivers. There's no doubt about it. They can drive, but how will they adapt to the stock car and to the contact side of things? And luckily, touring cars is probably the closest you'll get to contact racing on the circuits, because they're not shy in going forward, are they? So I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine. But it's a different pressure altogether, isn't it? When you know that the guy behind can hit you, and we're used to. I'm not used to hitting people, but obviously we're used to it in stock car racing. It'd be interesting to see how they get on.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. So you've got 11 drivers, and touring cars is very, very popular, and a lot of people will, I guess, recognise some of the names of drivers that are going to be there on Saturday. So who is going to be racing?
Yeah, so we've got 11 drivers all together. So first and foremost is Paul O'Neill. So Paul is going to be having a go, ex-BTCC driver, number of race wins, and now the commentator, but can certainly drive his own right. So he's going to be in my car. So arguably one of the quickest cars on the grid, so no pressure, but we expect to see good things from him. So yeah, Paul O'Neill is driver number one. I'll go through the list.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people from our side of the fence will know Cole Boardley, 4 times Hot Rod World Champion, now touring car driver. He's coming to have a go, and he's in 195 Dean Whitwell's car. Expecting him to go pretty well. He understands the world, knows what it's about. Contact will still be a little bit different for him, but Cole Boardley will know what he's doing. A couple of Scots lads in it. Aidan Moffat. Aidan Moffat is in Chris Cowley's car. So I've already told Aidan he's got to hit things. If he's in Chris Cowley's car, the car expects it. It's used to it. First, make sure you get the contact in, because it's going to be used to it. So he's really looking forward to it. Aidan he's a good lad, and he's really game for it. And then we've got Dexter Patterson as well. This lad, he's in Ben Howard's car. So thanks to Ben for doing that, because I know he's a busy fella. So he will go well in that. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do the grid yet, but we'll sort that out on the day. Got Rick Parfitt Jr. So son of the guitarist. So Rick, in his own words, is a little bit older than the rest of them. So there's only one man that we could put in this car, and that's our old fella himself, Mark Sargent. So at least if it smells of wee and biscuits and olive oil, then it's okay, isn't it? Because Sarge is already there. So them two will get on really well. Rick's he's been funny in our group chat, and I know Sarge will get on with him really well. So that'll be cool. We've got Bobby Thompson. So he's friends with Simon Traves. So hence that he's going to go out in Simon Traves' car, which will work pretty well. We've got Ryan Bensley, who is friends with Tom Damon, 389. So he'll be in that one, Civic Cup champion. We've got Ricky Collard, son of Rob, and obviously his granddad was a big hot rod racer back in the day. And Ricky went to Hennesford last week just to have a look. So all getting a bit serious. He's obviously gone down to have a look, see what it's all about. And I was chatting to him quite a bit today. Actually, he's really keen. He's really looking forward to it, and maybe one day might look to the oval side of things. We've got Josh Cook, superstar driver. Josh, obviously very, very good in touring cars. Won a number of races last year, and he's in 16 Matt Newson's car. Yeah. So clearly he's going to go well. I think if I had to put money on now who's going to win, I would put money on Josh. He's pretty. You can tell he's not just in it for the laugh. He's a competitive fella. He's going to want to do well, and obviously in Matt's car, he's got a good car. He'll get away pretty well. Ricky Collard, I should mention, is in Carl Hawkins' car. Okay. So Ricky is tiny. In his own words, he's very, very small, and Carl's not a giant, is he? So that works out pretty well. We've got Dan Rowbottom. He was in the Halfords Racing car a few years back, if I remember. Very, very good driver, and he's in Jason Cool's car. Jason, 5-4, he seems to know all these guys. I don't know how or why, but he's best buds with all these people. So he's in circuit racing friends zone. So he's in. I'm trying to think if I've missed anybody off. I don't know if I have. Yes, Dan Welch as well, and he's in Jake Harvey's car. So that will work really, really well. So a bit of a mix of drivers. I think I've got everybody there. I've not missed anybody off. So the list in full: Paul O'Neill, Rick Parfitt Jr., Ryan Bensley, Bobby Thompson, Carl Boardley, Ricky Collard, Josh Cook, Aidan Moffat, Dexter Patterson, Dan Rowbottom, and Dan Welch.
I counted 11.
And that's 11. So we can have a football team and a stock car race. So that will be it'll be good. It'll be really interesting to see how they get on. And they're all a little bit unsure.
So a few have seen Formula One stock cars, and I guess a few haven't. Was that fair? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. So Carl Boardley would be the most au fait with it all. Obviously, Paul's seen it a couple of times, Ricky's seen it a couple of times, and they all seem to know of it. With obviously NEC appearances and stuff like that. So, and Ricky, his dad had a go in my car years ago now, absolutely years ago. So Rob Collard had a bit of a go. So he'll have an understanding of it all. But it's a full contact race, so they're going to be able to hit each other. They're having one practice session each, no more than that, to keep it fair. So we don't want someone there all day spinning laps. They're just going to get one practice session, and then we'll send them out there at gala meeting and see how they go. It'll be good for the fans. I think they're going to be there all night as well, just soaking up the atmosphere and getting involved. So it'll be really good. And obviously with Top Gear going out, it'll be another bounce from that, won't it? Another bit of publicity and thoughts about.
So interesting in terms of the race. Is it 16 laps, 20 laps? What are they doing?
Last man standing, I think, isn't it? Just
excellent, brilliant. Yeah, keep them going.
Going till they stop. I think we'll probably do 16 laps, something like that. So, I'm sure they'll be fine. So I'm hoping they can get involved with the contact side of things a little bit. It was almost tempting. To put a couple of regulars out there as well, just to speed it up. Not speed it up, just to spice it up a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
Frank and Tom Harris were chasing them. They might. It's just gonna be those guys. It's their trophy round, and it'll be a good race. And I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, massive congratulations for kind of getting this off the ground. From like I say, one tweet, and then we're now here talking about a race with some very sort of well-known racing drivers going out at Skegness and Formula One stock cars. And like you've said, it's another huge boost for the sport, because these people have thousands of followers on Twitter, which I'm sure they're going to sort of share, or Facebook, they're going to share their experiences, and that's only good for the sport. Another really positive message.
Yeah, I think so. I think motorsport now has got to start clubbing together. We are a motorsport industry, and we're all part of it, and we're all fighting for those eyes, if that makes sense. And this is a bit of a team up that work pretty well. You know, touring cars want more viewers from on the ITV, and we want more people in the stadiums on a Saturday night. So it'll work really well. I like that. I like that bit of camaraderie. The lads have been brilliant. To be fair, they've been absolutely great. They're getting on well in the chat, and they've been really, really good guys, really keen to do it, and respectful of what we do. It's a different thing entirely, but they're very respectful about what we do, and vice versa. Obviously, those are really skillful guys. I never forget, Rob Collard raced my car years ago, and we're talking about driving styles and stuff, and he said, if you were to drive my touring car, you'd probably do a lap as quick as me, maybe even faster, because you can clearly drive. To drive a Formula stock car, you can clearly drive. But if you did 16 laps, I'd lap you 4 or 5 times, because stock car drivers don't have that discipline, if that makes sense. Yeah. If we lose a little bit of time on the bend, doesn't matter. We just put a foot down a little bit more and don't brake and hit the guy in front. If they lose a quarter of a second on the bend, by the time they get to the end of the straight, they've got no more expendable power. They can't make that car go any faster. So if they lose a quarter of a second on the bend, that's 2 seconds by the end of the straight. So they have to be, very disciplined drivers. Yeah. We're not quite like that. We're more blood and thunder. And speaking to one of the drivers today, I sort of said, you've got to not be as precise. You've got to throw the car in a little bit. You've got to just not brake and hit the guy in front, or you've got to know you're going to get hit and take that hit. You know what I mean? And square your car. You have to drive a stock car completely differently to anything else. So, yeah, they're all good drivers. It'll be interesting to see how they get on.
It is brilliant. Like I say, I've been saying that. I think it is. And I think one thing that's really nice is that, Freddie Flintoff said it, and these touring car drivers are saying it, and it's almost changing the image a little bit of stock cars, because, we've talked in the past about, or people think stock cars are bangers, but actually these people are coming and going, this is a really serious form of motorsport. This is a proper thing that these guys are doing, and that's really nice to kind of hear from people outside the sport.
Yeah, it's still one of the best kept secrets going, isn't it? We think it's great because we're part of it, but when anybody else that's a petrol head, if they ever see a Formula stock car and see it go around, you can't necessarily fail to be impressed. If you're a petrol head, stock car racing is fantastic. You can see all the track. It's a contact motorsport. It's fast. It's loud. It's everything a petrol head wants it to be. Yeah. So these guys clearly understand what a car can do, and they've looked at these and been impressed by them. So and it's great that people like that are looking at what we do, taking a look at it and having a go at it, and having the stones to have a go. So yeah, should be good.
So the Golden Eye has become like a really kind of must-do event for stock car fans to sort of round the season off. It's got bigger and bigger as the years have gone on, but certainly this Saturday it is one not to miss. On paper, it's got everything going for it.
Yeah, the biggest thing of the night will be the Under 25 Championships. That's a great championship, because that's the future of the sport. The people in that race will be one day our world champions, our European champions, and so on and so forth. So it's a great race. There's a lot of prestige on it now, I think. Whoever wins that, then I think it's a big thing. The younger drivers tend to be the hungry drivers, if that makes sense. They tend to want to do well. So whoever wins that race, and may the best driver win, I think that's a real good cue, and that'll be a race to watch without a doubt. Because I know there's a few people really keen on that, really keen on it. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Paul, thank you so much for your time tonight.
I'm just a little bit too old to go in it, so I will not be in the championships this year.
I was going to mention that. I wrote it on my piece of paper to just ask you. Then I was like, I scribbled it out. We had such a nice chat. I scribbled it out. I don't end on a negative. Just move on and just say thank you.
I don't know if Lee Ferris is still in it. He was defending. He's like 32, isn't he?
It's like Benjamin Button is Lee Ferris, isn't he? He just seems to get younger as the years go on. I don't know.
Doesn't seem to age the boy. So no, it'll be a really good race. I'm looking forward to it.
Paul, thanks so much. It's been great to talk to you again this week, and thank you for coming on and sort of sharing the fantastic news that the touring car race is going ahead this Saturday, and it's going to be another great exposure for Formula 1 stock car racing.
That's exactly it. Thank you very much to everyone involved. Thank you to Matt James at Motoring News, Neil Randon for moving it forward. Thanks to Skegness Stadium, because obviously it's we've got to try and find some time in a tight schedule to try and get it done. But everyone's been really, really helpful. Richard Cleater's going to get involved on the day as well. So thanks to Sophie as well for obviously everything that she does. So loads of people involved. I've tried to thank as many people as I can. But yeah, brilliant. We're looking forward to it.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you. Look forward to Saturday.
Always.